Don't take for granted anything in your life. Appreciate everything and appreciate everyone that you have in your life, everything that makes up your life. Take each and every day to thank God for everything that you have, everything that you're able to do, the abilities that you have, the talents that you have, the gifts that you have. The fact of that you can go, into, it's sometimes it's the simple things that we don't really pay attention to, that's of so much importance, that that we're like, man, but that if it was taken away, or if it was, or if something happened, then we'll pay attention to the fact of, man, I didn't realize that, man, like that I didn't cherish this, or I didn't appreciate this, or this person, or whatever the case may be. So it's, just like for example, many times many of us are able, we go to the bathroom, normally, right, whatever the reason is for, to use the restroom, and it's, for me, just when I was, when I was battling Crohn's disease, it wasn't until then that it really made me pay attention to and focus on the fact that, man, like, I didn't realize how much I need to, appreciate the fact of that, and then thank God for the fact of that I can go to the bathroom normally, because going through Crohn's disease, there's many different forms and shapes of it, but you're going to the restroom constantly, or you may have another form of Crohn's disease, to where you have your constant diarrhea, or intense pain in your intestines or your stomach, or however the case may be, and your bathroom trips aren't just like a few minutes. Your bathroom trips end up being 30 minutes to an hour, or even 2 hours of being in the restroom, and or just pain while you're using the restroom. So going through those different things that I've been through, with Crohn's disease, it's taught me today to really appreciate, for this is just for example, to appreciate the fact that, like, every time I go to the restroom now, to just thank God that I'm able to use the restroom, and in good health. I'm able to use it. I'm able to use it properly, the way that my body was designed to use the restroom, the way God created my body to use it. I thank God every time. Thank God every time you're able to go use the restroom, because there's some people that aren't able to. Their urinary tract aren't functioning the way it needs to, or they can't. There's some people that aren't able to use the restroom. There's some people that have to have colostomy bags inside their stomachs to use the restroom. So that's just an example. There's many things, even just the people that's in our lives, that we see every day, whether it be our husband, our wife, our children, our co-workers, our families, our friends, our mom and dad, our brother, sister, or a pastor, a boss, or a fellow employee, you know, or whoever it is in your life. You get so used to seeing them every day. Hey, how you doing? Good, good. And you don't really, you know, we don't really take the time to really be like, man, you know what? Every time I'm able to, every day that I'm able to wake up to see these people that God's placed in my life, whether it be a husband, wife, children, going through the list. Every day that I'm able to see these people, I cannot take these moments for granted. I cannot take these people for granted, as if oh, I see you every day, so it is what it is. So it's just normal. It's no big deal. It is a big deal if it's a big deal every day that we're able to wake up and see them, to see your children. No matter what it is, no matter if there's someone that gets on your nerves, or whether good or bad, that's done. It's the fact of that, man. You know what, man? If this person, if I didn't have this person in my life, or if something happened to this person in my life, man, like, you know, would I, like, man, like, would I really? How would my life be? There's many people that have lost spouses, and now they have to wake up every day to an empty bed, just them. They have to, when they go to bed at night, their spouse is not there anymore, to where you know you don't lay down with anyone anymore. There's that person that you love so much for so many years, or however long it was, they're no longer there. And and you've got, and it's like, man, it's not, and I'm not saying that everyone has, and whoever that may be that's been through that. I'm not saying that you've taken that person for granted, but I'm just saying that there's people that's gone through this and experienced, the loss and what it feels like to not have what you're used to seeing every day, what you're used to doing every day, even if it's routines, you know, that, every, seeing your children every day, if your children weren't there, or if your job, the job you go to, if you lost that job, or or a position change or shift change or whatever the case may be. It's the things that, sometimes we get comfortable, we get too comfortable with our everyday life and the people that we experience in our everyday life, that we lose appreciation, we lose gratitude, we lose thankfulness to God for those individuals in our lives, for the cars that we're able to drive to work every day. Yes, we may be stuck in traffic, but man, thank God that I have a way to get to work. Or or I don't have to walk. I don't have to catch a bus. Or thank God I'm able to wake up and heat up breakfast and make breakfast on the stove. I have the appliances to cook my food every day and night and for dinner and for lunch. Or I'm able to have the money to go, while I'm on my lunch break, to go get something to eat while I'm out. That conveniency. Because there's people on the street, there's homeless people on the street that don't have that resource, they don't have that ability to go to a job and make money, or to have money in your pocket, or a bank card or a credit card to go and swipe to get something to eat. They're standing out there, and waiting for someone to give them something. Or there's so many things that we have to just really, keep change our perspective, and every day. And I'm even, talking to myself, especially right now. I'm like, man, we have to really take time to really, every day we wake up, like, man, okay, I thank God that I just, if I'm laying in a mattress, I'm laying in a bed, thank you, Lord, that I have a bed to lay my head on. Because it could be to the point where I have no place to lay my head on. There's people laying on the street. Their bed is a street, is a sidewalk, is a box. So, or and just thank God I'm able to go shower. I have a shower. I have the ability to shower my whole body. There's people that aren't capable of even cleansing or washing themselves. They have to have someone do it. So there's many things that we have to really take our mind, and allow God to renew our mind, so that way we can really stay in the place and remain in the place of gratitude and thankfulness, and really appreciate all that God has done for us, all that God has placed in our lives. Sometimes we get so focused on, man, I don't have this, or I want this and I don't have it yet, or this person has this, or that, and so many things we get caught up in that, where it takes our focus off of, man, what is in our lives currently, who are the people that God has placed in our lives currently. Man, those are the blessings. There's blessings that are coming, but and that's great. But at the same time, let's focus on the blessings that we have right now, that's surrounding us right now, that we wake up to every day. So I pray, and I pray that you're encouraged to strive every day to walk in your life, to walk in your daily life, from morning to night, from the time you wake up to the time you lay your head down on the pillow, to remain in a state, in a heart of gratitude and thankfulness to God. Because and especially to God, if we didn't have God, none of this would be here. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. That's the one thing as well. The main important thing is realizing that. So thank God for God. Thank God for thank God for the people that's in your life. Even if they're not in there frequently, even if even if you rarely hear from the people, the person, or if you rarely see them, or if they're not really contacting you, just thank God that they're in your lives. And even in thank God for the situations. Thank God you have a job. If you're able to job, you're able to work. Thank God for the ability to work. You have the a able body. Every organ and part of your body is functioning for you to be able to work. Thank God for that you are able to. You have vehicles in your garage, or vehicles in the parking lot that you're able to go out to and sit in, and get you to where your destinations. So just really take that time every day. When you wake up in the morning, just ask God to, give you that thankfulness perspective. And I just pray I pray God's blessings, and I pray God's peace. I pray God's love, and I pray God to keep each and every one of you, and as well as myself. I love you guys.